Hey, hangover gang. 9 a.m. just rolled over in Cali, and I know that my man Tom was true to his words, and he's just dropped his new track, and it's called Brainwashed. So let's get into it. Hangover gang, Brainwashed.
Half the country fell asleep, but they scream woke. With a
Oh gosh, that intro was so short. I'm gonna have to rewind and play that again, gang. Oh, because what I saw was our man Tom. As you can see there, he's looking into a set of TV screens there. Can you see that? And it started off with nice like a rock guitar, just like nice little guitar parts. And then, Tom is just looking into the pixelated, just looking really close up into the TV screen there, into the pixelated pixels of the TV screen. And then suddenly, boom, boom, the drums came in. And then you saw Tom. I mean, he was sitting in front of all these TV screens behind him, and in my viewpoint that was Tom, and these are TVs. And I think what he's saying, like with the word brainwashed, is all these TVs, they are brainwashing us, and especially like with fake news. And that's why all these TVs are called television, or should it be tell lie vision, or tell a lie vision, television. Do you get it? Anyway, let's get back into this, guys, because that was just, I mean, Tom just dropped so much on us so quickly. Right, here we go, guys. Brainwashed.
half the country fell asleep, but they scream woke. We're distracted by vaccines and TV shows.
Oh my goodness. Half the country fell asleep, but they screamed woke. And did he say they were distracted by the vaccines and TV shows? That's tough. That's tough, guys. Honestly. Oh, I mean, we've literally just started the track and Tom has hit us hard, 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 hard. And it's nice to see those TV screens. So you see all the ones with the pixelate, all the blurs on the left-hand side, and you see the ones in the middle onto his right with the eye, the TV watching us. That's like Big Brother. Do you know Big Brother 1984, George Orwell? Big Brother's watching us. So in effect, we think we're chilling out watching excuse me, we think we're chilling out watching the TV, but is it actually the TV's watching us? Watching the TV? Watching us? I don't know. But that was interesting. So half the country is asleep, but they claim they're woke. Guys, please let me know in the comments section, what does woke actually mean? I mean, honestly, when I see all these people going around saying that they're woke, I'm woke, I'm woke, I'm this, that, and the third, I just think they're dumb. Dumb, stupid, and ignorant. That's what I think, guys. Anyway, let's get back to Tom. And I think he was talking about vaccines.
Politics, celebrity, gossip, popular, neat quotes. Black lives, white lives, which lives mean most?
Oh, I love those little swirly things going around because that's like a hypnotic kind of thing. And it's TV, it's television hypnotizing us. The whole thing is a bit of a work. I call it a work because like Tom used to wrestle, and when you wrestled, you call it a work. That's when the two guys and the referee's very important. They all work together to present something to us. So we perceive something totally different. So we perceive this as a real match, a wrestling match, two guys fighting each other, trying to beat the living daylights out of each other. But actually, if you watch it from another angle, and you watch it from the right angle, you can see two guys actually working together to make, like three guys, because we have to include the referee, three guys working together to actually make it seem like they're working against each other or fighting each other. So you have to actually have a look, and when you look at TV and when you look at the news, what is the perspective? What perspective and whose perspective are you watching it from? Or whose perspective are you telling the story from? What's the narrative? Whose narrative are you telling the story from? Guys, I've been chatting a lot. We're literally the 50, 10, 12 seconds into this, and I'm chit-chatting. I can talk for ages, and this is the thing about Tom MacDonald songs. Literally, every line can be dissected for minutes and minutes on end, and I don't want to do that to you guys. But so far, I can't help myself. Right, we've had 12 seconds. Let's get back into this, guys. Tom MacDonald, Brainwashed.
Half the country fell asleep, but they scream woke. We're distracted by vaccines and TV shows. Politics, celebrity, gossip, popular, neat quotes. Black lives, white lives, which lives mean most?
So when he was going on about the celebrities, all that nonsense, I call it nonsense. There's no sense there with these celebrities and all this nonsense, that's what I call it, nonsense. But in my perspective and in my opinion, it just goes to show how we can actually be dumbed down without even realizing it. We're watching all these TV shows and whatever, and we're actually learning less. Honestly, guys, we are actually dumbing ourselves down by continually watching this garbage. Trust me on this, trust me. And then I think he was going on about whose lives matter most, black lives, white lives. Trust me, guys, you know which side of the fence I'm sitting on, guys. All lives matter. And I could go into one for about an hour on this. I don't really want to at the minute, but he goes black lives, white lives, which lives mean the most. But guys, listen to this, yeah? So throughout the whole history, you go back as far as history goes, yeah? So you look at the leaders, the rulers, the kings, they have used entertainment, such as your jesters, such as the guys, the guys who do the music, and I can't remember what it's called. I keep calling it liar music, but I don't think that's the right term. But do you know those things, with the strings, etc.? They were like traveling. You had the traveling jesters and you had the traveling musicians. Yeah, what their purpose was to make certain that all the people were happy and engaged. Okay, so there could have been things like the Black Death going on, there could be purges going on, all sorts of wars, etc., etc. But in the King's Court or the Queen's Court or whatever, everyone was happy, and they were actually, in some ways, cocooned against what was going on in real life. And they had all the music playing, the jester doing all the jokes, blah, 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 blah. That was their job, to keep the people entertained and to keep them from actually knowing what was going on. Guys, there's so much into this. There's so much into this. I mean, it's ridiculous, but honestly, there's this whole thing we can go into. So guys, this is ridiculous, and but the whole point about it is the jesters and the musical sort of people were there to distract people from what's going on. And what's going on right now, coronavirus came along, okay? Coronavirus, whatever you want to call it, COVID-19, etc. But whilst coronavirus is going on and COVID-19 is going on, what you're going to find is that the rulers, the leaders, the governments, etc., they are taking away a lot of our human rights, a lot of our rights that we take for granted. I mean, it happens all the time. Like in the First World War, it happened. The Second World War, it happened as well. So there's lots of things going on behind the scenes. So it actually suits them for coronavirus to be going on. It suits them for having all these scares, etc., etc., and for all these pandemics and all these things going on. Because behind the scenes, we are losing a lot of our civil liberties, guys, and that is the honest truth. We need to be aware of this, because once coronavirus and everything and the dust settles, and the smoke clears, we will realise we are worse off now than we were before 2020. That is the honest truth. And this is what Tom MacDonald is talking about. So there's all these distractions on our face, whatever going on, all these things thrown to us on the TV, etc. Do you know what? I just take it with a pinch of salt. I ignore it all. And I actually say, well, what is the real narrative? Why are you presenting this to me? What is the point of this? Why are you telling this stuff to me? There's always a reason behind it. Guys, there's always an audit trail behind anything that goes on. There's always an audit trail. Take things with a pinch of salt. Don't just believe just because it's shown in your face. Always read into it. And if you want to, investigate it. Or like me, just let it float over your shoulder. You have things to do in your day. Do the things you need to do. Do not be scared and do not be terrorized by what these people are telling us. Trust me, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. There's nothing we can do. So just live your lives and enjoy your lives, guys. Trust me, enjoy your lives. Guys, listen, I'm going to go again. And this time, I'm not going to stop, okay? So this is our man hangover gang, Tom MacDonald and Brainwashed.
The country fell asleep, but they scream woke. We're distracted by vaccines and TV shows. Politics, celebrity, gossip, popular, neat quotes. Black lives, white lives, which lives mean most? We only dedicate one day to remember our fallen soldiers, the men and women who died young.
Oh my goodness, and that's so true. So Tom was saying we only commemorate one day for the men and women and soldiers who died young. And if I'm correct, he's talking about Memorial Day. And I've been going over to the States on most Memorial weekends for so many years, not for a few years now, but so many years. So to Las Vegas, to New York, and to Los Angeles even as well. And it's a brilliant time. Memorial Day is great because you see the armed forces, you know, you see them, and a lot of them, in their uniforms, etc., and they're having a good time. Sort of, in so if I'm in New York, if I'm in Las Vegas, I go chat to them. They're good people. Trust me, they're good people. They're there to defend the country, So, but the thing is, they're only of use when they're of use. But when they're not of use, the government doesn't even recognize them, and I think that's scandalous. It's wicked, absolutely wicked. So, guys, the people in the military, the Air Force, Navy, whatever, they're there to protect you, and they do a great job. They're good people. They're just like you and I. They're good people. Trust me, they're good people. You know, trust me. And I have to say, I love America. Every time I've been to the States, I've had a great time. Great people. Americans are great people when you get to know them. They're great people. They're nice people. They're kind people. They've got good hearts. I love America. And, some of the things that are going on behind your backs is disgusting. And what Tom is saying is so true. So true. So, guys, let's kick it off.
But if you come out the closet as Caitlyn Jenner, you're a hero and you get a whole Pride Month. The most dangerous.
So that's the crux of the story. So we only give one day, Memorial Day, to the American forces, etc. But we give like a whole Pride Month, to other people. I haven't actually got a massive issue with that. So like all these things with the minorities, etc. I haven't got that massive of an issue with. What I have got an issue with, though, is not the people who are trans, the people who are lesbian, gay, black minorities, or whatever, and women's rights, etc. What I have got a problem with is the people who are manipulating them. So, you've got governments, you've got groups, you've got all sorts of people who are using people, that they're using them for nefarious means, you see? So even like the Black Lives Matter, they're using this whole issue with supposedly the issue of sort of institutionalized racism, the police against black people and all this sort of stuff, etc., etc., etc. These things do happen. That's not to be debated. But what is to be debated is, people jumping on the bandwagon and using them for their own means. That's what I do not like. And trust me on this, guys. The day you can tell me, and the day you can look into, and the day you can stop black people killing black people and not even really caring about it, the day you can stop that, the day you can stop that is the day that I may listen to Black Lives Matter, because those people do not give a damn about black people. They do not give a damn about black people in real life, because if they did, they'd be looking into the issue of why are black people murdering black people on the daily. Trust me on that, people, and think about it. Think about it, because you can't just separate one from the other. If you're trying to say that the police are murdering black people, etc., you need to look into the whole issue of black on black violence. Trust me on that. Trust me on that. But I don't want to get into that now, because this isn't what we're talking about. But the other thing is, a lot of these groups are nefarious. You look behind what these groups are saying, look into what they really stand for, and then make up your decision, because no. Okay, Brainwashed.
Pandemic's propaganda from these clowns. Only masses gonna save us is duct tape on their mouths. Don't speak. We don't need to defund police, need to defund the media who lies through their teeth.
Oh, I love that. We don't need to defund the police. We need to defund the media who lie through their teeth. Anyone who grew up as a hip hop head, and you're around in the 1990s, a group of Public Enemy, and there are many other hip hop groups. I used to write lyrics myself, and I know, exactly how these things go down. But Public Enemy, in a lot of their songs, like, say for instance, Don't Believe the Hype, they used to have lines like, false media, we don't need it, do we? It's fake. That's what it be. Dig me? You know that. Don't believe the hype. And basically, if you listen to that song, they're talking a lot about the media, because this isn't just a recent thing about the media. There's a lot of hip hop people if you talk to heads who go back many years, they will tell you in the 1990s there was a whole movement that the media was whack. And the media was talking a lot of garbage. They were misrepresenting a lot of things in hip hop. They were misrepresenting a lot of things in life in general. So the media hasn't just been misrepresented recently. It's been a long issue. I've always taken the media with a pinch of salt. You know, just don't believe what they tell you. There's always an agenda behind it. Trust me on that, people. Trust me.
Like, Big Pharma doesn't cure you, dog, cause every patient that gets cured is a customer lost. And
I like that. So Big Pharma doesn't cure you, because every person who's cured is a customer lost. And yeah, a few years ago, there's a UK rapper, emcee, who's doing well at the moment in the UK. He's a good friend of mine, love him to death. He actually was the one who told me a lot about pharmaceuticals and Big Pharma, what's going on. And basically, what was it that he told me? He told me that the reason why people who advocate, so these people actually work in pharma, but they advocate, they do like alternative medicines as well. They advocate alternative medicines and they advocate alternative therapies as well. But pharma, you know, like the institution of pharmaceuticals and all that sort of stuff, blah, 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 they call them quacks. And a quack is almost like a fugazi, a fake, you know, a nutcase, a fake. And that's absolute rubbish. And the reason why they call these guys quacks is because you think about it, yeah? You cannot patent something which is produced naturally in the soil, in the earth, and the trees, etc., etc. So what these people want to do is they find out, you know, if you've got a herb or something which actually does cure you of disease or something like that, what makes you better, they actually find a way to synthesize that natural product, that natural produce, that natural ingredient, that natural essence, because what they want to do is patent it so they can make money off of it. You know, it's scandalous what's going on with the pharmaceutical companies. It's scandalous. So every single thing they want to do, they want to make it synthetic. That's why you have even all these synthesized synthetic drugs, you know, that make people go off their heads, etc. Because they're experimenting, because they want to make money out of it. So basically, guys, natural ingredients is the way to go. And to be honest with you, why would you want to put some synthesized thing in your body when you can put a natural ingredient in your body and make yourself better that way? It's up to you, guys. Up to you.
Big oil runs the world. The only wars that get fought are with the countries who have natural resources they want.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Guys, you know what? I'm going to stopping and starting because this thing is setting me off. I mean, literally, we're 43 seconds into this and I keep yipping and yapping. But this is the last one, I think, for a while. But what he said, Tom, is so correct about wars. Wars are only fought when there's something in it for me or you. You know what I'm saying? There's loads of things going off, popping off all over the place, all over this world, where the big countries and the big powers, the superpowers are not. They're turning a blind eye. There's nothing in it for them. The only time these people go to war is when it's gold, oil, or diamonds. G-O-D. Gold, oil, or diamonds. Think about what I'm saying, guys. That's the only time these people go to war. You check it out. You check it out. Natural resources. Gold, oil, diamonds. G-O-D. I'm not saying any more. Anyway, guys, think about it.
I'm claiming if a white man braids his hair and likes rap, he's appropriating culture.
Oh.
If a white man acts too white, he's white trash. He's a racist, he's a bigot, he's a monster.
Guys. I'm not going to stop, but I will. This is the last one I'm going to stop on. So all this thing about appropriation, misappropriation, I don't even know what the word is. Trust me on this, yeah? So you say if someone dresses up in a Japanese, whatever you call it, I can't remember what it's called. I do apologize. I apologize in that. Well, if you say someone puts a blackface on, yeah, that's insulting to the culture. Okay, then riddle me this, yeah? Nat King Cole, James Brown, Snoop Dogg. I can mention millions, all the women in the world, black women in the world. When they relax their hair and make their hair more like Caucasians, is that misappropriating the culture of white people? Trust me on this. Answer me that question. Answer me that question. I have no problem. If you guys want to braid your hair, if you guys want to put dreadlocks in your hair, if you guys want to black your face, whatever, you could do what you want, so long as you do it with the right intentions. If you black your face and start running around taking the mickey out of people, that's a different thing, you know. But to be honest with you, I'm not even bothered. But do you know what I'm saying? We're human beings. Human beings are all different. I do not want to be boxed into something. You know, human beings are different. That's why some of us are straight, some of us are gay, some of us are bisexual, some of us are men, women, trans, whatever. So if you guys want to play this game, you want to play this game with me, trust me on this. You ain't gonna win. You PC people, you ain't gonna win. Trust me on this, because I'll run you in circles. So if you say about people misappropriating this, I'll pull out 100 other excuses where you turn a blind eye to misappropriating on that. Trust me on this, guys. Right, this is it. I'm going to hit it from the top. Yeah, I do not want to be triggered, and Tom always triggers me. I'm getting myself a bad reputation now, Tom MacDonald. All your fault, mate. All your fault. Guys, this is our man. Oh, Tom MacDonald, Brainwashed, Hangover Gang. Hangover Gang. Let's do this.
Country fell asleep, but they scream woke. We're distracted by vaccines and TV shows, politics, celebrity gossip, popular neat quotes. Black lives, white lives, which lives mean most? We only dedicate one day to remember our fallen soldiers, the men and women who died young. But if you come out the closet as Caitlyn Jenner, you're a hero and you get a whole Pride Month. The most dangerous pandemic's propaganda from these clowns. Only mask that's gonna save us is duct tape on their mouths. Don't speak. We don't need to defund police, need to defund the media who lies through their teeth like Big Pharma doesn't cure you, dog, cause every patient that gets cured is a customer lost. And big oil runs the world, the only wars that get fought are with the countries who have natural resources they want. Heard him claiming if a white man braids his hair and likes rap, he's appropriating culture. But if a white man acts too white, he's white trash, he's a racist, he's a bigot, he's a monster. Let's just have the conversation. Not every liberal is dumb, not all Republicans are racist. The government wants everybody fighting with their neighbors cause they know that if we get along, we'll probably go against them. They can't stop us, cause we're ready to fight, trying to brainwash us. But we won't let freedom die, the whole world's brainwashed. Everybody pick a team, start a riot in the street. The whole world's brainwashed. Us against them, it ain't you against me. How did monkeys become people and people turned into sheep? They put fluoride in the water that's keeping us all asleep. Claim they want what's best for us, I find it hard to believe. Cause they've been selling us cigarettes since we was 18. Fake news, fake woke, distract and divide. You're either right or you're left, or you're black or you're white.
Fake news, fake woke, distract or divide. You're either white or you're black. Oh, just divide and rule. Oh, he's so correct. Just rule and divide. Tom, listen. You know too much for these people.
Big tech don't need a microchip to hack in your life, cause the phone inside your pocket is a tracking device. And I don't know what's the rappers or Joe Biden looking like he ate 100 Xanax for dinner. Cause censoring the
Does anyone remember Joe Biden falling up them airplane steps? That was hilarious. It's one of the funniest things I've seen, guys.
President and kicking him off Twitter is a bigger threat to freedom than foreign ballistic missiles. You don't trust the police or the government, but you want people giving up the right to own a firearm. Why would you be comfortable if police and the government the only people on the planet with the right to buy a gun?
Ooh.
White privilege getting amplified to reinforce division. It convinces white people that they're favored by their skin, and black people getting angry because they're told they're treated different. So the conflict is between us and never with the system.
So right, divide and rule. Keep everyone occupied, divide and rule. And what happens? You go through the center. I learned that a long time ago when I was dealing with history, when they had the wars in Africa, and those wars were in South Africa, the Zulu wars. They turned the clans against each other. And whilst the clans were fighting each other, they walked in and took all the resources. Trust me on this. Divide and rule, divide and conquer. Trust me.
Just have the conversation. Not every liberal is dumb, not all Republicans are racist. The government wants everybody fighting with their neighbors because they know that if we get along, we'll probably go against them.
So right.
Cause we're ready to fight, trying to brainwash us. But we won't let freedom die, the whole world's brainwashed. Everybody pick a team, start a riot in the street. The whole world's brainwashed. Us against them, it ain't you against me. Step 1, train the people only to consume.
Step 1, train the people only to consume.
Step 2, infiltrate adults with the news.
Step 2, infiltrate adults with the news. Ugh.
Step 3, indoctrinate the children through the schools.
Oh! Step 3, indoctrinate the children through the schools.
The music and the apps on the phones that they use. Step 4, separate the right from the left.
Step 4, separate the white from the left. The right from the left.
Step 5, separate the white from the black.
Step 5, separate the whites from the blacks.
Step 6, separate the rich from the poor.
Oh, step 6, separate the rich from the poor. Do you know something? This is a rule book, and I've been told about this. There's certain rule books, and there's certain playbooks as well that are going around where a lot of this stuff is happening. So they all do this by the plays, guys. Do you know, like when you see your American football, there's playbooks? Yeah, exactly the same thing. And they actually work to this, and it's worked. And I saw this. They did this in the Soviet Union before the 1980s. There are rule books and playbooks. And that is the honest truth.
Use religion and equality to separate them more. Step 7, fabricate a problem, made a lie. Step 8, put it on the news every night. Step 9, when people start to fight and divide, take control. This is called situational design. They can't stop us, cause we're ready to fight. Trying to brainwash us, but we won't let freedom die. The whole world's brainwashed. Everybody picking teams, start a riot in the street. The whole world's brainwashed. Us against them, it ain't you against me.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, I love the guitars. Oh, Tom, you've done it again. My goodness, Tom, you've done it again. Tom just gone and broke the internet. Guys, that was Brainwashed from Tom MacDonald. Hangover Gang. My goodness, that was amazing. The guitars, I absolutely loved that. The whole song was fantastic. And do you know something? In an enclosed space, Tom and Nova, they are sensational. They have made an absolutely awesome video. I just realized it's in such a small space they've done it. Do you know, in front of the TV sets, etc. Oh my gosh, it's so true. Do you know something? It is so true. I know relatives who sit in front of the TV all day long catching the news, and the news is on a loop. So whether it's on a half-hour loop, an hourly loop, it's the same thing going around 24/7. It is ridiculous. And to be honest with you, I stopped watching the news quite a long time ago because the news is just there to depress you. Listen up. I watch snippets, just little snippets of news, a few seconds, and I move on. Because do you know what? I need to have good vibes inside me. I need to have happiness in my life. I do not need negative energy. All that stuff is negative energy, and it's not only negative energy, guys. A lot of it is energy which is designed to make you anxious, to increase your anxiety, to increase your stress levels, to increase, all your fear factors. Trust me on this, please trust me on this. If you watch the news, and you watch the news a lot, please can you actually do me a favor? For 7 days, please try this out. For 7 days, just watch the news for maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes max, no more than 2 minutes. Watch the news, watch the headlines, move away, go and do something interesting, go and speak to your other half, go and play with your kids, go and go and eat an ice cream. And in 7 days time, you do this every day, and in 7 days time, come back to me in the comments section, guys, and tell me if you actually feel a lot better. I'm telling you, you will. I stopped watching news a long time, and one of the reasons was we have various different TV channels, different news stations, etc. But you see the same news almost verbatim on the same channels, almost to the letter. When I say verbatim, it is to the letter. But I mean, almost at the same time, you see the same thing. It's a whole load of hocus pocus, because you think about it, there's so much news everywhere you go. I've seen crimes committed, and there's nothing on the local news, nothing at all. And these are serious crimes. So they only report where the narrative fits their agenda. So trust me on this. Please do this for me. Please. Watch the news for a minute, 2 minutes max. Move away, do something which raises your happiness level. Please do that. You guys will feel so much better. You guys will feel so much better. Trust me on this. But guys, Tom MacDonald, that was fantastic. You know, oh my gosh, I'm just off from doing the Tom MacDonald cancelled last night. This guy's gonna. Oh, I love Tom MacDonald so much, but doing a Tom MacDonald reaction is difficult because there is so much to say. In literally, I think there was 13 seconds, 12 seconds. I went off about 10 minutes on that, 12 seconds. He puts in work, guys, because Tom, you think about it, it's cause and effect. Tom thinks about everything he writes and says. He says something, there's effects all over the shop. Good and bad, positive, negative. Tom thinks about that. The guy, he lays onions. You peel back the onion, there's so much more to what he says. But guys, trust me on that. I love that. And he's right. He just gone bust up the internet. He just bust up the internet. Brainwashed. There's no better, there's no more apt title. Brainwashed, guys. Brainwashed. We've all been brainwashed. But guys, I absolutely loved that. Everything about it. Nova, give yourself a round of applause. That was fantastic. I absolutely loved that. I absolutely love what you did. Tom, you're special, man. You're special. Guys, Hangover Gang, I absolutely love you guys. All your comments. Sorry, I took a long time answering your comments, and I apologise for that. I didn't even see some of them before. So I spent some time today answering your comments. But guys, please put your stuff in the comment section. I know you've got a lot to say. Brainwash was excellent. And guys, I'm going to call off now, but I love you to bits. Please, can you like, share, subscribe, and please hit that notification bell, because do you know what? I'm going to be doing a lot more Tom reactions. Oh, that's it, guys. Have a great weekend, guys. Have an absolutely fantastic weekend. Look after yourselves. Look after each other. And yeah, have a great day. Take care of yourselves, guys. Thank you.